And we are live. We're back. It's the midweek Macca break Wednesday. Happy hump day to all of you out there. Tom Hunyadi here from Two Legs, and I've got my good friend Aaron Badgley. Aaron, yes, yeah, right? Is that your name? No, it's been a while.
It has. It's been too long. It's been too long. I don't
Yeah.
know. No.
Yeah, and I finally had put your books back on the bookshelf, so I don't have them right here in front of me too. But hopefully you do. See, there you go. There you go. One George, one Ringo. Now we just need a Paul and a John book from you.
Well, the Paul book might be coming, but first
Oh,
Plot two. But for sure,
oh yes,
I,
Platoon.
I may be writing a book about a McCartney album. I haven't really made up my mind yet, but
Well, let's see what that could be.
I thought I'd write a whole book about Family Way.
That'll sell, buddy. That'll sell.
We'll just fly off the shelf.
His whole 5 notes involvement in that.
Maybe a short book too.
Oh, my cousin's here. Hey, Duke,
Hello.
how you doing? He went to go see Albert Lee the other night.
Oh, that was great. That must have been awesome.
He's this is what, David, you're what, 4th or 5th time seeing Albert Lee? I mean, that seems like every time he comes to Michigan, David goes.
I would.
And
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And Christian's here. Hello. And he says, "Is makeup a lie?" Hello, Tom.
Yes, makeup is a lie.
Yeah, it is a lie. We'll talk about the Morrissey record here in a few. I should write that down so I don't forget. But it's been a while since Aaron's been here. Okay, so this is about his fifth-ish, I guess. If you will, what you been up to, buddy?
Not just life, really. Just everything's been kind of crazy. I don't think I've even seen have you seen a concert? I don't think so. No, just trying to catch up after Christmas, and we had the bad snowstorm here, and just things with my family, and a good friend of mine, his brother unfortunately passed away, so he was here for a while, and just things like that, But
Right.
I'm back. I haven't gone anywhere. I'm in here, stuck in Toronto. I'm telling you.
Right. Well, he's back here. He's live, and
But you've been a lot busier than I have.
Well, a little bit.
Around.
And I'm getting around. I went to go visit our friend Ethan Alexanian, and
which I couldn't get to. I wanted to come, but unfortunately, life is what happens to you while you're busy making
other plans, right? And I had to, unfortunately, because the rest of the world is kind of not wanting to ship stuff to the U.S. So I wanted to. Aaron, well, there you go. Here's a nice compliment for you from my cuz. He says Aaron has a nice radio soothing voice.
Thank you. I thank you very much. By the way, I've seen Albert Lee here in Toronto, and he's great to see live. So, anyways, but thank you. I could use a compliment.
Yeah, I mean, unlike my nails on chalkboard voice.
No, stop.
Just kidding. But as you know, as everybody out there knows, I'm a 45 collector, so I needed this for Junior's Farm for Portugal. Okay,
I like the sleeve.
Yeah, and it's the same one as Angola. Now, if you remember, Angola had the Lennon Ono transformation pick or label on it. So that's a great find or a great get. So I needed the Portugal one as well, and as you can see, it's the apple here, and then the inner apple. So it was great to have it. But the thing is he wasn't shipping to the U.S. So I said, well, how about Canada? And he said yes. So Ethan obliged and said, yeah, go ahead and have it sent here. And since I'm only 2.5 hours away from him, it was like, okay, great, thank you, and we'll come up there for a little 3-day getaway. And it was great, and thank you, Ethan and Liz. And it was great. I got another great 45 to show in a little bit too, but Aaron really hasn't, you really haven't been on or live or anywhere really to talk about the Man on the Run movie. So let's talk about that for a few minutes.
Yeah, I was lucky to see it in the theater. It was only showing one night here in Toronto, and I went to see it the only night.
Right.
You went to a preview. You went to a preview, right?
Yes. Yeah. Well, they do. Yeah, they had the screenings here too. I mean, it was multiple. They did one preview here Thursday, and then they did so well they added a Sunday preview as well.
I was supposed to go to the media preview, but the day of the media preview, we got hit with an ice storm here. And it was supposed to be a Paul McCartney day. I was supposed to go see a media tour of Eyes of the Storm before it opened to the public, which is Paul McCartney's photo exhibit. And then we were supposed to go to the theater and see Man on the Run. Well, I couldn't get out of my door, never mind my driveway. They slid like 20 feet. So unfortunately I missed that. But okay, so I wrote a review in Spill Magazine. I adored Man on the Run. I thought it was way better than Wingspan. Way better.
Yes.
I thought I love the technique and it was a definite technique by the director not to take you out of the moment. So you had Paul McCartney talking today, but they didn't show him today.
Right.
I thought that was good. I like, not because I don't want to see Paul McCartney, because they do, of course.
He wasn't there today.
No. But I thought there was some great footage. My only complaint about the film is it could have been either A, another hour longer, or B, a mini series, like maybe a 3-part.
Yes. Yeah, and when we did our review with Mitch Axelrod, we were talking. Yeah, thanks. And it's just like, we had the problem is we have the Beatles anthology, right? Because we were spoiled by that. So now we kind of want like that for all of our favorite, documentaries for our favorite musicians and whatnot. And Paul is no exception, right? I mean, with that 10 years was very busy, whether it was work or personal life. So we could have easily seen a 3 or 4 part documentary on that.
Well, you could have gone. I think you could have done 70 to 73.
Yeah,
and you could do 73 to 76, and then 77 to 81. I think that would have been 3 really good episodes, because they're very distinct time periods, right?
Oh, absolutely.
I was actually amazed how busy he was. I watched that, and by the time you got to the last tour in 79, I thought, yeah, I'd be pretty tired too.
Yeah, I mean, especially with an ever-growing family, band member changes, situation with your ex-bandmates, so trying to rekindle those relationships. So yeah, absolutely.
But I love it. What's that?
So no, I'm glad you got to see it in the theater.
Yeah, I give it I love the little McCartney interview at the end. I thought that was brilliant.
Robbie we didn't get the interview. So you got it wasn't really an interview. I thought it was just more like showing what they showed Robbie the Robot, right? They showed a couple
suit
touring suits that he wore, and then the piano. Really, so those I'm assuming those items are going to be at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame exhibit that starts in May.
I'm going to make an assumption they are. Like, I think that would be a pretty good guess, but. The audio was packed here, and the crowd loved it. And I mean, I'm still not used to going to movie theaters and having people eat their dinner, but that's just because I don't care if you have popcorn. I don't care if you have your dinner, but I'm not used to it.
Right.
I'm watching the movie, and they're coming in with like burger and fries. You're like, really? Like, okay,
right. It's weird. I remember the first time I went to one of those theaters. I was living in Arizona at the time, and we're in our seats or whatever, and then here comes a server bringing up somebody else's food, burger, and whatever it was. So it's I guess whatever you got to do to get people in theater seats, but I don't know. It is kind of annoying though too.
It's weird. Like the first time I ever saw it was I was in by the way, I was in Los Angeles in February. But
yes, that's right. You were promoting your Ringo book.
I was, and I had a good turnout. I was very surprised, actually. It's like, people are here.
Right.
No, but there's a place called the Alamo, which I think is a chain in the States. I'm not sure.
Alamo
And
Draft, the theater chain, right? Alamo.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And my daughter says, "Well," I said, "Well, when are we gonna have supper?" She goes, "Well, I'll have it at the movie theater." And I'm thinking, "Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna eat and then go into the movie." She goes, "No, no, Dad. When you're sitting down, you order." Like, no, I'm not comfortable with this.
Oh yes, yeah. Yes, my cousin's making a obviously making a Pee Wee reference there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
so yeah, no, it. I loved it. I thought. I know there's been some. I've been reading stuff on Facebook and stuff to be able or not. You know, it's what's not in that people are complaining about. And I just
Yeah.
figure it's like the album that came out. I love the album. I've listened to the album several times, not just because I own 15 copies of it, but because I really like it. I think the sequencing is good, and
Mm-hmm.
the choice of songs are really good. And I'm really happy. The whole thing. I'm really excited about Man on the One. Man on the Run. Man on the Run. Did you get all the versions, or did you not?
I mean, I did get that Target Green. I think it was.
No, that's
Um,
that's man. No, that's
oh, you're
Wing.
talking about the no, you're talking about the soundtrack. Yeah, the Man on the
Yeah,
Run soundtrack. I'm sorry. I did get the yellow and the orange. Yeah,
yeah, me too. Okay, and the
yeah,
black.
and I did get the CD here.
Me too.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
so listen to both. I obviously is three you know unreleased tracks enough to warrant people wanting to buy. Again, it's just up to you. It's up to the purchase, the consumer, whether or not you think it's worth it or not. Instead of complain, I know, and the complaint is always whenever something is announced. Okay, well, it's not London Town or Back to the Egg. We so Capitol just on their website, they just are re-releasing four McCartney albums that were probably out of print, and so they just put them back in print.
One
But
vinyl.
again,
Yeah,
yeah, one vinyl. So again, and they added "Où Laisse le Soleil" to the vinyl on "Flowers in the Dirt."
that's
Yeah,
cool. I
yeah.
thought that was an interesting. Now, of course, I got to order it, but I can't seem to find the link. If you could send me a link, is it Capital
Yeah,
Records?
It's on the Capitol website. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I mean, no one comes to your house and puts a gun to your head and says order these records. I mean,
right.
I ordered the and just got the two Billy Preston albums on Dark Horse.
Okay.
I'm originally on Apple. Encouraging Words, and That's the Way God Planned It. They're nice. They're just straight reissues. There's nothing except that you look at the label and you see Dark Horse instead of Apple.
Right.
But I'm gonna, of course, and then I got the email about the Lennon, the shim things, which I thought,
Right. Yes. So that's another monster as well, because let's say they did add sometime in New York City into that. I mean, that would have opened a whole another can of worms if they did put that in with the set.
but okay, what's weird is that I ordered the set, but some
Okay.
websites to order it didn't have Live Peace.
Really?
Yeah, so I got it. I got Live Peace in Toronto, and I thought that was interesting because that's the first time that's been on CD in a long time.
Mm,
I mean, it's
okay.
been missing for a while, right? I mean, I know it's
Yeah.
on Spotify and stuff, but as a CD,
Because it's usually not released in this canon of like in 2010 when they released that box set. It wasn't in that, was it?
no.
No. And it wasn't part of the remix campaign in the early 2000s either, was it? I don't
No,
think.
but for both of those campaigns, sometime in New York City was,
Yes, that's right. That's right.
which is weird because sometimes
What
not even.
happened in those llast 20 years that now it's not okay to release that album?
Um, you know, I think it's like you got to consider. Look, I'm not going to defend it or whatever, but it's there. It's not going to disappear. You can't just
No.
pretend it didn't exist. And it's not a derogatory song at all.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
maybe the use of the word's not okay, but it's not a derogatory song. It's not putting down anyone except maybe the male gender as not being very
Right, exactly.
to their wives and women. But I don't know. It's a mystery to me. But then a lot of life is a mystery to me these days.
Yeah, I mean, I was able to rebuy the album last year on Amazon, so
What, sometime
and yeah,
on CD?
And no, on vinyl,
Okay. When was it pressed?
It had to have been the last pressings of
The box
vinyl.
set. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the last. We get a comment here from Christian. The Lennon Shim CDs were originally scheduled late last year for release and included Shaved Fish. With the song now, Shaved Fish is unfortunately not included. Well, I mean, the Shaved Fish is kind of, in a way, a little disappointing because a lot of those songs are edited.
Yeah, but
on that album.
Why Lennon though?
Yeah.
I mean, that was it. That was his decision to. I mean, that was the name of the title, right? I mean, that's why he wanted to.
Right.
But again, there's that song on Shaved Fish.
Right.
Put it on that album, and
right.
I don't know. But I ordered them, and I haven't told my wife yet because it's a bit of a hefty bill. I was a bit of a bomb on the credit card, which we'll put next month, so I'm not worried about it. But
right. We'll worry about that another time. Tony says, Tom, are you getting the John Shim album? I am not. I'm happy with what I have on CD right now. So
see, that's the thing. Like, you don't. I mean, it's up to the individual, right? Like, so it's. Well, grumble. I'm not going to grumble. I bought them. I'm going to enjoy them. And I'm happy to have them. I'm not going to grumble about it. I just ordered George Harrison live in Japan because it's being repressed.
Yeah, so did I on Amazon. I pre-ordered that.
So I'm happy.
Yeah. Tony says hello.
Hi, Tony. How you doing?
So yeah, getting back. It's just, again, a lot of the stuff is getting re-released because it's out of print. And all of his material, all four of their materials should be in print at all time, at any given time, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, just there's some stuff by Ringo that's still, I guess, not out of print, but you can't really buy a CD of unless you get a remainder copy. Like I know.
Right.
I mean, I got to choose Love on red vinyl, which works quite well. I think on vinyl it works quite nicely, but where I'm going to say this, I know people are tired of me saying this, but Liverpool 8 should be on vinyl. Vertical Man would make a nice double album. So would show Storytellers. I think that'd be a great album on vinyl. That's just me, but I agree with you. I think all those albums should be easily available. I mean, most of it, I can't think of anything that's not on Spotify right now. I can't. The weird thing is, may I digress?
Please.
So in the States, when I was visiting my daughter in February, I noticed that every album by Klaatu is on Spotify, easily accessible. Here in Canada, none of Klaatu is on Spotify, iTunes. It's not. You can't get it here in Canada.
So being in another country, your Spotify is different than.
I was using her Spotify. I was on hers.
Okay.
I wasn't using mine. It was. But so I just thought that was interesting. That what's going on? So, anyways, I just digress. But yeah, I agree, Tom. I think all this stuff is available at all times, and I think Danny's done a good job of bringing Harrison's catalog back. I mean, you can buy every album on CD and vinyl.
Right.
You can, I think. Well, Ringo's stuff is still on vinyl, but not CD, I don't think.
Right. Like, I did just purchase Ringo the Fourth on CD for the first time ever. I finally found a decent amount of price where I thought it was worth purchasing.
What label is it on? The Atlantic one?
Yeah, the Atlantic one. Yeah.
That's old, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it has that one hasn't been reissued, has it?
No, and in fact, the CD has some really weird anomalies with some of the tracks. Like the one Out on the Streets is longer than the vinyl.
Oh, really?
Yeah, okay. And then there's another track. I'm trying to think which one, but it's actually like 10 seconds shorter. And there was some weird things done when they nothing with Rotogravure. Rotogravure is perfect, but Ring of the Fourth. They only been on the CD the one time. I'm thinking it's been been reissued countless times on colored vinyl. But
Right. Speaking of Ringo, I won't say for obvious reasons, but is it better, on par, or worse than the last?
I would say that, in my own humble opinion, it is the single best thing that Ringo has ever put his name to, and I think it's way better. And I won't give any details on it.
Wow.
It's an absolutely stunning album from the first second to the last. It's brilliant, and I think fans are going to really, really, really enjoy it. I think with Look Up, he was kind of, he's working with T-Bone Burnett, and it's new and all that. This one, I think he's really comfortable and just went for it. And there's a couple of really cool surprises on it, which obviously I can't say because I will have,
Yes.
But there are some cool surprises.
I don't even know what you're talking about, anyways.
Well, yeah, I'm talking the new Pete Best album.
The best of Pete.
I was talking to somebody the other day. I was in Los Angeles. I was talking to this. I was in a record shop and I was talking. And I've actually bought a Pete Best single because I was missing it. And he goes, "I still haven't." And he was like older than me, and he says, "I still haven't forgiven that guy." I said, "Who?" He goes, "Well, Pete Best." I go, "Why?" "Well, when I was a kid, I was in Kmart and I saw Best of the Beatles, and I thought it was a best of album." And I said, "Well, maybe you should have looked at the song titles. Don't give them that giveaway."
Well, it's just that reaction. Okay, it's that instant, reaction that you see. Best of the Beatles. I gotta have it. You grab it and without,
And you get home, it's kind of this garage rock.
Right.
I love the album. I still do. But anyways, I didn't tell him that because I thought I just wanted to get my purchases. I bought Grapefruit, the single by the group Grapefruit with the publishing. I've been looking for that for decades. So
yeah. Christian says here, so Aaron, you've heard the album. I don't know what album you're talking about.
I've heard lots of albums. I've heard a lot of albums in the last I've been reviewing albums from Spill magazine, and
the Epic.
What?
Did you see the movie Epic? The Elvis Presley.
Not yet. Have you seen it?
Yes, love it. Yeah. And I'm not the biggest Elvis guy. I don't own anything from Elvis. Or by Elvis, and I still don't necessarily want anything by Elvis, to be honest with you. But I really had a great time with the movie.
I want to see it. It's showing. It's showing in theaters here still. So I think Andrew and I are going to go maybe tomorrow. I think she doesn't have a client in the afternoon, so I would sneak out and see it. I won't see it. You know what? I'm a closet Elvis fan. So
yeah. Okay, you're at that. If only Alan Kozin contributed to the movie. Well, Adrian Sinclair did. So that's close enough, I guess. Aaron, you don't want dinner at the movie theater? I guess not.
I'm happy with. I'm so funny. I like to have a little bag of licorice, and that's it. So it's quiet. I know I'm a noisy eater. So I just, just for all of you listening, I take all the licorice out at the beginning before the movie starts. I put it in the little because I love Russell.
Listen, I just dealt with that not too long ago. The movie's starting, and all of a sudden, then they open the
bag. So I'm very considerate. I'm a very considerate patron of the arts, I tell you. I don't. I'm a big Laurel and Hardy fan. There's this great Laurel and Hardy film where Hardy is in hospital because he's had a nervous breakdown, and Stan comes in. He's got a bag of nuts, and he keeps cracking them and eating them. And every time he cracks it, Hardy's Anyways, I digress. But anyway, so I want to see Elvis, and I like Elvis. I do. I think not everything, obviously, but,
Yeah, gotcha. So let's get back to the Eyes of the Storm thing. Then you went to go see It's in the Eyes of the Storm. The exhibit is in Ontario now, and
It is.
you've got
It's at the Art Gallery of Ontario, and
right.
Toronto is the only place that got permission from MPL to add on. So the exhibit's the identical one wherever it's showing, but we have a little addition here of the Beatles in Canada, because as people may know, the Beatles broke here about 6 months before they broke in the States. And Beatles Monthly was actually published in Canada for 1 year, called the Canadian edition. It was authorized by NEMS, and they have a little display case. Piers, our good friend Piers, was involved with that.
Yep.
And it's nice, but I highly recommend Eyes of the Storm. If you've seen the book, you read the book, seeing it on the big walls is outstanding. It's really very emotional, and it's beautifully curated, and I can't say enough. And you get little films of the Ed Sullivan. There's also the press conference at the airport. It's well worth seeing. It's really good, Tom.
How many photos would you say are in the exhibit?
I think that because I got to talk to the guy here in Toronto, and I think 250, maybe 200.
Oh, wow.
There's a lot. Because there's a lot of, like, you go into one room and it's the whole wall is just covered with 8x10s and just fantastic shots. And there's a lot. There's a lot to see. And there's also things like the original lyrics to "I Want to Hold Your Hand," and just like notebooks and just really cool little artifacts as you go through, and they just kind of pop up as you're walking, and it's great. I can't recommend it enough.
Okay. Beetle Eddie is here. How you doing, Beetle Eddie? And he says, watching Man on the Run again. And did you hear the soundtrack album charted at #1 in the UK? I don't know. I did not hear this, so I'll have to look that up. But if that's true, then I think that's fantastic.
Well, you know what? It's been promoted really well, and I know that. That's great news. I hope that's true, because it's. Well, I certainly bought a copy.
Right. What?
I find it. I listen. I wrote a review for the album for Spell Magazine, and what I said in the review, I'll repeat here, which is, it's easy to find fault with why didn't you include this, and why isn't there more of this, and why isn't it
right.
But I listened to it and I thought to myself, this is a proper soundtrack. And by that I mean it really does give you an idea of the film. And the film is as much of a love letter to Linda as it is a documentary about Paul, in my opinion.
Right.
It's really very much a love letter to Linda, and beautifully done, and I applaud that. And I think the album is too. The opening of love songs is brilliant. I love that.
Same thing. The only issue I have of it is the way you gotta sing, gotta sound, or gotta sing, gotta dance sounds on the record. It sounds like it was recorded off of someone's radio or something like that. To me, it does not sound good at all.
That's good.
But that's just
yeah. Well, I mean, I don't understand that either. I think it's because if you lifted it right off the video, the sound should have been better.
Yeah. It sounds like the if you remember when that Sgt. Pepper box set came out, there was, I think, a mono version of Penny Lane on there that sounded terrible as well. Yeah. You know, it sounded like it was recorded off somebody's radio or something like that. You know, transistor radio.
I wonder if the Gotta Sing, Gotta Dance, given that it's a song that's based on like 30s and 40s, maybe it was kind of intentional. Maybe.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm gonna go there. I love the song, first of all.
You went there. Tony says Aaron is someone I'm fond of. We need someone singing the praises of Ringo's solo music.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. You know, Tony, I used to have a Beatles show called Beatles Universe, and it ran for 5 years. And every week I played at least 2 solo Ringo songs. I didn't play always John. I didn't play every week Paul, but I made sure. And I used to get emails with people going, I had no idea that Ringo did this kind of music. Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. Because you gave up on him. You guys gave up on him. That's why, you know.
I love Ringo. Well, as you could, you know.
Yep. We got Matthew here. Hello, Matthew, part of our Discord family with Tony. Great little comp. It's a nice little party record. Yeah, it's great to have on in the background.
I agree.
So,
I mean,
yeah.
When you get tired of listening to all your Enya records, no, just kidding.
Yeah. The movie. Getting back to the movie, I know a lot of people had issues with it, bouncing, over in certain albums or whatnot. But in a way, I didn't have a problem because we were trying to follow the story that the director was trying to tell, and it didn't necessarily need to have every album mentioned, in the movie.
Well, see, I agree, and I think, like, for example, if you started talking about Red Rose Speedway, which had songs that were outtakes from Ram, and
right.
It gets, you don't want to overcomplicate a documentary, right? I mean, we've all seen those documentaries where you're kind of scratching your head going, I'm sorry, who are we talking about again? So, I agree. I thought that the storyline followed beautifully. And could you spend more time on London Town? Of course. I mean,
Right.
But okay. It is what it is, right?
Yeah, it is what it is. Tony's saying, what new films have you seen lately? Well, Monday night I saw the movie The Bride. What's that?
How is it?
It was okay. It wasn't great. I was hoping for more. I mean, this is Christian Bale and Jessie Buckley, who's going to win Best Actress this weekend at the Oscars for her role in Hamnet, which she was fantastic in. Maggie Gyllenhaal directed. Her brother Jake Gyllenhaal has a small role in this, but I'm a huge Christian Bale fan, so I wanted to see this film. But I didn't think it was like it takes place in 1930s, and it's kind of like Bride of Frankenstein meets Bonnie and Clyde. They get themselves into a situation, and then they go on the run. And there's a couple dance numbers in there. So,
well, I mean, listen, it can't be as bad as when the other one that they remade with
the Joker, Joker 2 or whatever the hell it was called was kind of disappointing as well. But yeah, I saw that. I saw a movie called Crime 101 in the movie theaters, which was just really good. It's a nice little heist movie. My favorite film I've seen so far this year is a film called Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. It's one of the smartest written films I've seen in a long time.
I haven't heard of it.
And yeah, Sam Rockwell comes from the future, okay, and he keeps doing this. He's doing this over and over and over again, and he's going to the same place and looking for a team to help him stop the person that created AI.
Oh,
yes, yeah. Very good, very smart film, very enjoyable. Too. And again, here's an original movie that no one went to go see, unfortunately. So.
Well, I had, okay, you're going to laugh when I say this, but when we were flying back from LA, I watched a movie I had not seen called, if I get the title wrong, I apologize. The Last Unicorn?
The Last Unicorn. Yeah, Paul Rudd and
Oh my gosh. I thought it was brilliant. Loved it. Did you like it?
It was okay. It was okay. It wasn't one. It was in mid-tier of my favorite film. So I think I saw 51 films last year in the theater. I think it was in the middle.
I finally saw the Springsteen movie.
Oh yeah, yeah. See, I'm not a big Springsteen fan, so I really didn't have any interest in seeing it.
Yeah, no, this is the only I get to see movies when I fly to LA and back because it's 5 hours each way. So.
Right.
The films.
Yeah. Very good. I did. While I was visiting our friend Ethan, my buddy, he made me a whatever it's called, I don't know, but he put on a lot of my favorite shows on it. And one of the shows that he put on was Faulty Towers. So I rewatched the first 2 episodes of that, and just love it. Love Faulty Towers. Yeah.
I discovered a movie.
Go ahead.
I didn't know existed, and well, I did know, but I didn't. It's called Hollywood Rocks. The story of, and Ringo narrates the 50s and 60s, and then David Bowie narrates the 70s and the 80s.
Okay.
I think it was made for not TCM, maybe TCM, but anyways, it was quite a good documentary. But Ringo, both of them were great, but Ringo was great, and they covered everything from the 50s right through. He goes up to Let It Be, really.
Right.
It's a good film. So it was kind of a nice little discovery. It's like, oh, Ringo's narrating.
What's it called?
Hollywood Rocks. Hollywood Rocks, the movies, the early years, 1955 to 1970.
Hollywood Rocks, the movies. Okay. Well, obviously, it was done while Bowie was alive. So.
Well, I hope.
Yeah.
That's certainly my hope.
Let's get to a comment here. Matthew says, my only minor gripe about the record is that the third man pressing doesn't donate it as much. If that's how you pronounce that. No number, nothing on the hype sticker. McCartney 3's third man was numbered. Okay.
Yeah. That's a good point. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. That's
I understand. I get that. Yeah, it's weird.
Here's the third man. Yeah. So yeah, there's no. Well, I mean, was it numbered? Was it 3,500 or 3,000 or something like that?
Yeah, it was. Mine's not numbered.
Yeah, nor's mine. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's a good point. So and a lot of those McCartney 3s, those limited ones, I think were or at least a few of them were numbered.
Which one are we talking about? The one that came out the day of release, or the later one?
For McCartney 3?
Oh, McCartney 3.
For the Man on the Run soundtrack.
No. McCartney 3. You remember? It came out of the third man. There was 333 copies.
Yeah, 330. Yeah, that one was numbered for sure. And then I think there was a couple other ones that were numbered as well.
Yeah, but there was a second run by Third Man on yellow vinyl.
Oh, then there was the 3,333.
Yes, they were numbered. They were numbered.
Yeah. Right.
And if you have you have the 333 one?
No, that's one that I'm missing.
Oh. Okay. Wow.
That's one that I'm missing. And it's like I have the HMV blue, but then the other one I don't have is then the Barnes and Noble's blue, because then I had the HMV blue. So it's like, okay, now it's like, oh, should I just get the Barnes and Noble blue? At this point, when you have 10, I mean, what's one or two more, right?
It's a nice set.
Yeah. Mr. Martinez, hello, my friend.
Nice to see you too.
Yes, so much fab material. There is. Speaking of material, let's. I don't know if you have anything that you've picked up recently.
I want to show. Can I show a couple of things?
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I will hope so.
Okay, this one I thought was kind of cool, and I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't know it existed. I got this album here.
Oh yes, you showed me a picture of that. Yeah.
So it's on MCA Records. This one happens to be made in Italy, and side one is an interview. Bob Harris talking with Paul McCartney, and McCartney's talking about Buddy Holly, obviously. And side two is like 20 tracks by Buddy Holly, or 15 tracks by Buddy Holly. And it's compiled by Stephen Hoffman, but it's kind of a cool promo item, which I didn't know existed. And the other thing I got.
Well, hold on one second. So the Buddy Holly songs on side two, are those original Buddy Holly songs, or are they covers?
No, they're totally original. They're and on side one, they intersperse the conversation with some songs by Buddy Holly. Let's see, it's on MCA.
Right.
Yeah, no, it's Buddy Holly, Rockabye Rock, maybe Baby Because I Love You. It's all Buddy Holly songs, and it's kind of a cool compilation. But the interview is why I bought it. But it's kind of neat. The other thing that I got in Los Angeles, because that was kind of cool. Two things that I just discovered. This one is a 1983 pressing.
Okay.
On the Rainbow label.
On the Rainbow, yeah. There you go.
Yeah, I just, when I see these things for a good price, I'll pick them up. And of course, this one here, Tom, this is I love this because I love Japanese pressings.
Ah, yes. Yes.
I got this and I got Mind Games. Mind Games because it's a really cool book, which I didn't know. Not just a little pamphlet, but a whole thing. And this one comes with the added bonus. It's got the inner sleeve and everything else, but it's also got, like with all Japanese pressings, you get a little bit of
right.
And all the lyrics, of course. But nice, and it sounds good. It sounds very good. But you know what? What I liked about it was there's a couple of photos I'd never seen before.
Oh. Okay.
So That's my. I got a couple of other things, but I didn't bring them upstairs.
Yeah. Cool. So one thing that I was really looking for, and I'm not 100% sure if this is the last 45 that has anything Apple related on it. Okay. So 1976, Italy, Silly Love Songs. Okay. So this is only for the first pressings. Reissues afterwards didn't have this Apple in the corner.
Where's that from, Tom?
Italy.
Okay.
Yeah. So again, this was the reason why to get this particular one, because I do have one of these without the Apple on it. So obviously I was looking for the one that did have the Apple on it. So finally found one at a decent price too. So
that's cool. On Discogs or?
I think I actually found this one on eBay.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I did pick up one of my favorite soundtracks. From one of my favorite movies, Clockwork Orange.
Is that a new pressing or an original pressing?
No, this is an original. Yeah, well, this is Canadian actually. So when in Rome,
When in Rome.
Yeah. All right, so we were at a record store in London. We went to a record store in London, Ontario. Okay.
Good store. I know the one you're at.
Yeah. So this guy, I'm not going to say who the record store is because, I want to keep going back there and getting the stuff that he has. But he took us to the basement, and then he had a bunch of stuff in the basement. One of the things that he had in here was this.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And this is Canadian as well. And it's just a nice, all the best.
Love that.
Little frame, and it's obviously, a couple size bigger than the actual album.
No, that's cool.
Yeah, this was very cool. I got to talk him down in price a little bit too. So that was nice. Let me get to the other two here. This is a UK pressing of London Town. So nice. I didn't have a UK pressing. And then this is an 80s UK reissue of Red Rose Speedway.
Is that on Fame?
Let me take a look here.
What's the catalog number?
Yeah, I'll tell you here in a second. Here it's YEX.903.
Oh, can I see the label?
Yeah. So there's no Fame on it or whatever, but
that's wild. I have one on Fame.
Okay.
The budget label for EMI, they reissued that
right.
one. I have a McCartney album on Apple on Fame.
Okay.
But that's cool, man. Does it come in the book?
No, that's the thing. It doesn't have the Braille on the back.
No.
Okay. And it didn't have the booklet in there either. So I'll have to do more research on there because I didn't catalog it into Discog yet. So
nice for you though.
Yeah, I just now started cataloging all of my McCartney LPs. So I finished the McCartney album. Now I'm on the RAM and trying to find them all on find them all on Discog so I can know what pressing and know what country and all that stuff.
I know. It's
so
a fun thing.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Yeah. Oh, it is. It's fun. And I think I did pick up my favorite Western, my favorite country album of all time, and that's Willie Nelson's Red-Headed Stranger. Yeah, fantastic album. So Morrissey has a new album. Well, let's get these comments here real quick here. Okay, do you have an opinion on the best songwriter Paul worked with? Elvis Costello, Denny Lane, Eric Stewart. Do you have a preference?
No, I mean there's, because there's not enough with any of them, right? I mean, Elvis is basically an album's worth. If you look at Flowers in the Dirt, Off the Ground, and Elvis's 2 albums. Denny Lane, I mean, London Town's brilliant. No Words, brilliant. But Eric Stewart, who I love dearly, from 10cc, I love Press to Play. I'll say Linda.
Wow.
We'll go Linda. How about you? Do you have a preference?
I mean, of the three, um, I was thinking about this, and I mean, I would probably have to go with Elvis Costello. If there was a gun stuck to my head and I said you have to pick one, I'd probably go with Costello. Only because they're just so varied, and I know the songs with Denny Lane are varied as well, flirting with different genres and whatnot. But I tend to, Elvis Costello is a really good wordsmith, like, wordsman, kind of like the way Lennon was, so I kind of think that, working with Paul was good. Was good for Paul.
I think it was good for Elvis too. I think a song like Veronica.
Veronica's great. Yeah. All the stuff. The stuff that is like pads, paws, and claws. I like So Like Candy.
Brilliant.
Is great. That Elvis Costello did. Let's see here. Black says, notice on Amazon, Capitol Records is re-releasing Flowers in Dirt. While yep. We talked about that earlier.
I'm going to order.
Yeah, I guess I'm going to get that. That Flowers in Dirt now, since it's got the that added track. But then that just means they compress the record then that much more than. Right, if they're going to try to fit another track on there, because it wasn't originally on it. I mean, the CD had the track on it, and the cassette. Right, good point.
And then they released a 12-inch single, right? You could buy the 12-inch single, and then it popped up on numerous B-sides across the world, right?
Right.
But you're right; it was never on the original vinyl of Flowers in the Dirt. But again, an album I hold very close to my heart. So there you go.
There you go. James Byers, part of the James Gang, is here. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Tony says a record store with a basement. Yes.
There's a good one in Toronto too, by the way.
Yeah. That Canadian pressing is one of the best albums Paul ever put out.
Agreed.
Okay. You left there was a poster that the guy gave us, and I forgot that post. Thank you, Ethan. Good to hear from you. Thank you again.
Ethan, when are you going to have me on your show? Just I feel slighted, but it's okay. I still love you, but I'm just curious.
Okay, so let's see here. James, another member of the James Gang, says, any interest of any of the Billy Preston releases, Dark Horse? Yeah, you talked about you
bought them both. I haven't seen the documentary. I really, really want to. But I love I think the reissues are great. They sound good. They're straight reissues, nothing extra. They're not remixed, which I love. And it's just kind of the albums. And it's weird seeing them on Dark Horse, I'll be honest with you, because I'm so used to seeing it on Apple. So you kind of take the record and you go, oh, that's right, it's Dark Horse. You put it on.
Yep. Let's see. Billy Preston's Encouraging Words is a wonderful album.
My favorite of the two.
Yeah.
There, I ranked them, Mom. I ranked them. There. Happy?
You did it! Hey, we got to start somewhere, right?
That's small. Baby stuff.
Tony says, I think the Elvis and Paul songs were good enough to be an album together. Absolutely.
Tony, when those albums came out, I actually did that. I took all the tracks that the two wrote together by Elvis and McCartney, and I made my own album on a tape. So it sounds great.
Yeah. Elvis C at the time sounds as if he's trying too hard to fit the genre. All right.
I thought that on a couple of songs. I've never said that, James, but thank you for saying it because I agree.
Okay. Compress the play. There you go. Love it. He'll be in touch. Don't feel slated.
I'm just kidding, Ethan. I'm just teasing. You know that. You know me.
Yeah. James says, any plans to go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? I will be there. Yeah, we were just talking about that at the beginning of this as well. So yeah, there's that. So
yes, we'll actually meet up with Tom there. We're gonna take over the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, there you go. And see, James says Billy Preston was in Eric Clapton's band from 2011 till about 2005, and he was amazing. Really lifted EC's live show. Cool,
I agree.
cool. And Ethan says he knows that you are good people.
Thanks, Ethan.
Morrissey, let's talk a little Morrissey.
Zoetrope.
Yes, yo, you got the Zoetrope too. Let's see that thing. Come on, let's see that thing. Yes, please.
You know, the only thing I couldn't get was the cassette.
Well, I didn't try for that. Yeah.
Wow, good, because there's the.
Oh, look at that. That is fantastic. That is fantastic.
Okay, so this is how aware I am. I finally got the little app on my phone that allows me to watch these things. I couldn't understand the appeal. So I'm like, well, what's going on? Okay, it spins around. But then I got this app, and I put my phone over and I watch it. It's kind of cool. Like it was like, wow. But anyways, that's the McCartney. I got the Morrissey. I got the was it blue and red vinyl?
Yeah, there's the blue, which is the one I got from Amazon.
Yeah.
So I just picked up the blue vinyl and I picked up the CD. That's the only ones that I got for now.
Did you get the different cover CD or the regular cover?
It's in the car. I think it's the regular cover.
I love the album. I'm happy that Morrissey has a new album out. I'm happy he's on a label.
Yes, that's the thing. Happy he's got a label. Yeah.
Question.
Yes, go.
This isn't. It seems to me these are new songs that weren't recorded for those two albums that never came out.
No, I think it was just the one album. I think it was he had finished one album. I think.
I thought there were two. No, is it just the one? Okay.
Maybe. I'm not 100% sure. I knew the one. Okay. And I did know he recorded a second album, but I don't know if it's this or if it's a new band. But either way, you know, we know he's got at least another albums worth of material put out after this.
Yeah.
As long as Sire doesn't feel the need to cut him. Because he did have issues with because he do an album with Miley Cyrus, I think it was, and she didn't want anything
to take it off.
She wanted it off. So there's that. But what are some of your favorite tracks?
Okay, my favorite track on the album, to be really honest,
go ahead.
What?
No, I want to hear it because I want to see if we got the same favorite track on here.
Okay, I really love "You're Right, It's Time." That's right up there.
Okay.
I think it's the best opening of I loved it. I loved Lester Bangs. Thought that's brilliant. "Monsters of Pig Alley" is, I think, one of his finest music.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite song on the album.
I think it's one of the finest things he's ever written.
It's very reminiscent of maybe like Suede Head or Every Day Is Like Sunday. Those early. It's very early Morrissey, in my opinion. Very very well sung. Yeah, the instrumentation is fantastic. When I was like, I saw the title and I was like, "Monsters of Pig Alley." What the hell is this going to be? Another political song or whatever. But it's fantastic. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't be surprised if it enters the British charts at number one. I wouldn't be shocked.
I think it was number 2 on the midway charts. On the midweek charts, it was number 2. Yeah.
Well, you know what? I think it's going to be a big album. I don't know about in the States and Canada, but I think it's going to be huge in England and Europe.
It's not getting any radio play, or he's not doing any interviews or whatever, like in the UK. So, and it's number 2 midweek. So it should, yeah.
No, he's not going to. I mean, he made that statement where he played, what was it, the O3?
Yeah.
And over 20,000 people. And he said, no radio play, no promotion, no interviews. Right. I love him. I always have, always will. And so I'm happy he's back. Like, because can I tell you a quick story?
Yes, please.
I bought the single because as an import, and I was, when it came out, and I wrote to the band on the back of the Rough Trade Records of the label, the address, and I got a postcard back from Morrissey.
Oh, did you?
Handwritten. And he was shocked that anyone in Canada even knew who the Smiths were. And he said, I'm really glad you wrote. We didn't know we reached anyone outside of Manchester. And I'm like, oh, yeah, you reached me. Well, thank you, Morrissey, for the postcard. I really appreciate it. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, my daughter's still. So anyways.
Cool. I I love the 1-2 punch of "You're right, it's time" and "Make up is a lie." I think that's a great way to start the opening. I'm not the biggest fan when he like sings about a particular place or something like that, like Notre Dame here.
I love that song.
Like Tel Aviv, and other places that he sings about on other albums. Amazona, I think, is pretty good.
Okay, before you go on, I have to tell you something. I saw Phil Manzanera in Los Angeles, and Phil Manzanera he was basically an interview on stage. He played 4 or 5 songs, and he talked about Morrissey's cover, and he said, this, and that time the album had come out, he goes, listen, Morrissey's recorded a cover of Amazona, and it's the best cover of any Roxy song anyone's ever done.
No shit.
He said it, and I was kind of taken aback because, Phil's been known to have a watchful eye, but he said that, he goes, what Morrissey did with the song is absolutely stunning. He goes, I love the arrangement. And he said that, which is interesting, is that Morrissey sent the demo, or not the demo, but the song, to all the members of Roxy and said, if any of you have an objection, I won't put this out. And he got the thumbs up from all the members, Brian Ferry, Andy McKay, everyone. So I thought that was kind of cool to hear. That was good to see.
Yeah. Many Icebergs Ago's is not bad.
Yeah, that's one I haven't really, I had to listen to it a couple more times.
The Night Pop Drop too, I kind of enjoy.
I like
Yeah, I think I kind of enjoy side 2 better than side 1, but I still got it. I'm playing it nonstop in the car, so I'm sure I'm gonna love the whole album here after a couple more listens. But I really enjoy it. I'm glad, like he's like we said, I'm glad he's back on a label and putting out new music.
So. I'm excited. I mean, and it's funny because I kept saying to myself, because he released that one single a couple of years ago, and then the album didn't follow, even though there was supposed to have been an album. And so the single "Make Up Is a Lie" came out. I kept saying, well, we'll see if the album comes out. We'll see. Then came out. And by the way, there is a download version with 2 extra tracks.
Oh, okay.
So, which is kind of cool. And I don't, I guess I got it from Townsend Music, which is where I ordered the record.
Okay.
So yeah, so it's look for it. I can tell you the bonus tracks. Hang on, bonus tracks, because I'll bring up my iTunes because it's on my iTunes. Because yes, I still download. Hello Hell, which is great, and Happy New Tears.
Okay.
2 tracks. So
all right. Cool. I'll be on the lookout for them.
I like
Astro Chair is here. How you doing, buddy? Great to see 2 distinguished gentlemen. Okay, well, when you find them, let me know.
Send me a link.
Yeah. Dude says, what cancellations has he done here now? It's funny because he did do quite a few more European cancellations. It's funny because I've seen him live 4 times and I've yet to experience a no-show Morrissey. So I guess I've been pretty lucky.
I've seen him solo 6 times and never had a no-show yet. So then again, you know what? I saw George Jones and he never canceled either. So I think I'm lucky.
Yeah. Okay. James says New Morrissey, must check that out. Yeah. Christian says 7 out of 12 tracks from this album come from the unreleased Without Music, The World Dies. They were re-recorded. Okay. Re-recorded at a later date.
Thank you very much. I was trying to figure it out. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Right. Yep. Matthew says, you both completists. I must ask, which of the Ula Soleil 12-inch singles is your favorites? There's 3. I have all 3 of those 12-inch singles. I'm sure you have all 3 as well. Right?
I do.
And I kind of like the one that has the etching on the back of one. I think it's the yellow. When I'm not going to pull them out right now, but
I had the Italian one. I guess because it was the first one, I'm kind of partial to that, just because it's a cool cover. Yeah, I think it's a video. Yes, I do like the song.
Right. Hold on a second.
I thought you were going to ask me, Matthew, what's my favorite remix of the song, and that one I don't know, but I like I like the Italian 12-inch.
Yeah. Let's see here. Both. Amy, how you doing? She says, "What are our favorite Smith songs?" I mean, I've got several. I mean, Heaven Knows I'm Miserable Now is one of my favorites. Boy, and with the thorn in his side is a favorite. Paint a Vulgar Picture is a favorite, and I absolutely adore. I know this one doesn't get a lot of love. Frankly, Mr. Shankly.
I was just going to say that. That's why I was smiling. I was going to say, because I'm thinking no one's going to believe me, because I do love that song.
Yeah,
right. Also, Queen is Dead,
and in Half a Person too is another one. Is another favorite.
And my other favorite, all the ones you mentioned, I have a couple of others, but I Know It's Over. I love that song, and I like Russia to Push in the Land That We Stand On.
Russia. I love that. Yeah.
I love the lyrics, I'm the ghost of Trouble Joe, hung by I love it. So I was lucky to see the Smiths. Yay. And so.
Yeah, you are lucky. You are lucky. Bear says here, speaking of Morrissey, why the Smiths haven't been nominated they have been nominated a couple times. I think they actually got nominated like 2 or 3 years in a row a few years back. I guess they don't want the drama Morrissey might bring if they do get in. The Pixies have been overlooked as well.
It can't be any more than with this Johnny Lyden. Pistols got it. Right. That was drama.
Yeah,
Johnny. Bless his heart. I love Johnny.
Yeah. Tim says good afternoon. Another one who's seeing things, because I don't know if I see any gentlemen here right now either. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, the Smiths were nominated, have been nominated before, and who knows? Jared says, Aaron, was there a story in the Ringo book that surprised you more than other while doing your research?
That's a good question. Thanks for asking. I think the 2 documentaries he funded, that took me off guard because it's never been written about, and he legitimately enjoyed it because he had it very hands-off, but he wanted to see it because he was really interested in what this gentleman was filming. That kind of surprised me. I think the other thing that was the biggest surprise was that for years and years and years, I was always told that, Ringo Records, he was very non-active in. And when you talk to the musicians who recorded for the label, they said, yeah, he didn't produce and he didn't tell us what to do, but he was very much part of the recordings, and he would come and he'd listen, and he certainly offered suggestions, and he was very active with the label. That I think that surprised me, just because the history books all say, oh, it was just a tax thing for Ringo or whatever. And it wasn't. Ringo was quite serious about trying to discover new talent. And he makes a dig at George's Dark Horse record label by saying, I didn't just sign friends, I signed unknowns. So I'm paraphrasing, but that's kind of what he was saying. So those come to mind. But thanks for asking, and thanks for reading the book.
Christian says Boulevard, Zoom, The Little Boy, and the Night Pop Dropped is a great sequence of tracks. Matthew says you ranked it. Yeah, he did.
And I like the album Rank by the Smiths.
Matt says he loves Well I Wonder.
Oh yeah,
bad little track.
Yeah, that's a good track. That doesn't get a lot of love either. It should.
Yeah, the middle breakdown of Frankly Mrs. Fame, Fatal Fame. It can play hideous tricks on the brain, but still, I'd rather be righteous than holy any day now. And sometimes I feel more fulfilled making Christmas cards with the mentally ill. Love.
Thank you, Mr. Shankly. Since you ask, you are a flagellant pain.
Yeah.
Yes. Love it. Love that
song. Byers says I am an audio completist in that there is new unreleased songs. Then I want to own those, but different covers and different colors don't interest me in none of them themselves. Fair enough.
Absolutely.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. Tony, take care, buddy. Thanks for popping in.
Hi, Tony.
But yeah, so we're an hour in. We might stick around for a few more, but yeah, I did pick this up. I don't know if I showed you this, but this is part one of the singles CD collection from 88, 80, 91. This is I do have my eye on volume 2 of this.
Where are you? Where, from Amazon?
This is Discog, right? I got this one on Discog. Yeah. And there's a volume 2 of that as well. Okay, well, Astro Jer here wants to know your thoughts on the new Ringo single.
I love it. It's I'm playing it on my radio show every show. I think it's great. I think Ringo has really come into himself on this new record, and I think his voice is fantastic. He's singing with the duetting, or the addition of the other vocal. What do you think? I'm just curious. What does everyone think of it? I think it's great. What do you think of it?
Not a fan. Not a fan.
Oh well. Listen, I got to run now.
Okay. Look at the time. Well, listen, but once I hear it in the context of the album, I'm sure maybe that opinion might change. But you never know. Peter is here. It's like, do either of you like Once I Saw the River Clean? It has more of a synth backing track. Am I familiar with that?
I'm not, to be honest. I'm embarrassed.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you give us more detail on that one, Peter? I might. Is
it a Morrissey B-side, maybe?
Yeah.
I've missed a couple of his B-sides over the years, but
yeah. I don't know what I feel embarrassed now. No, it's from his last album. I'm Not a Dog on a Chain, which is an album I didn't think it was one of his better ones, unfortunately.
I think it's a good album, but I'm going to be honest with you, Peter. I haven't listened to it in a very long time, so that's why the title wasn't jumping out at me. And now, as soon as I'm done here, I got an interview at 3:30, and then after that, I'm going to listen to it. So I'm going to subject my wife to it. Sorry, honey. We're listening to Morrissey for dinner.
Yeah. I mean, there's some good songs on that one, but I mean, the cover's really bad. You got a color background, and then you just looks like it's just a copy paste of his torso or his face on the album cover. It reminds me of Maladjusted, the original Maladjusted album cover, which is.
I love that cover. I love that album too.
Really? Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
But you know what? I haven't listened to this album in a while. I haven't probably listened to it in a couple of years. So
yeah, same here.
Now I want to go back and really refresh myself.
Yeah, I should do the same. Let's see here. Paulina, how you doing, Paulina? Good to hear from you. She said, hey guys, hey good lads. What unreleased songs did you wish could have made it on the Man on the Run doc and soundtrack? For me, this would have been a perfect opportunity to get Waterspout. Finally, yes. I mean, how long have we been waiting and being teased? I mean, it should have been on the 87 All the Best. There was talks.
He played it before his concert. Yeah, well, I mean, it's
DJ played it. Yeah, the DJ played snippets of it. Yeah,
still he's acknowledging the song.
Yeah,
there's a lot. I think there's a lot from the Ram or the Retro Speedway era that hasn't come out.
Yeah,
I'd love a nice studio version of 1882.
Oh yeah,
like a really clean studio version of that. But there's so many songs that could have been tossed out there. I agree with Waterspout. Man, that would be a great single. They could have put it out as a single and promoted because it's such a great song. Good call. Good call.
I would have liked to, maybe see somebody else's. Well, especially with the Wings, the Wings comp that came out last November. I mean, I would have seen something like Seaside Woman on it, or
I was surprised. I thought for sure.
Yeah.
That was the one thing that surprised me. But
right.
But I mean, here's the thing. I don't know what's in the vaults for Back to the Egg or London Town. I'm sure there's a ton of really good stuff on those two that's not even been bootlegged, but
right. Right. Yeah, I'm sure we'll be surprised when it never comes out. Yep. Let's see here. Getting back to comments here. James Byers says, I like Ringo's new song, but don't love it. It's good, not great. Whereas Look Up blew me away. Looking forward to the album though. So yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward too. I mean, we all want Ringo to to be successful and put out good albums, right?
I can honestly say that I think people will be pleasantly surprised at the album and potentially blown away with it. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. It's Peter says it's like Irish music but electronic.
Yes, okay. I remember it now. Like it's just when you get to my age.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. I like the cover from that last album, Tom. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
fair enough.
I
like his facial expression. I like his facial expression on it. That's
did that come out as a box set of singles too? I can't. No, it was the one before it.
No.
Okay, I got one of his last two albums came out in a box set as singles. I'm trying to think which one it was. I can't remember.
Okay.
Low in high school.
Yeah. And then the one before that was World Peace is None of Your Business.
Which is, I mean, here in Canada, it's not on Spotify.
Spotify?
No.
Really?
No. California Sun's an underrated album. His covers.
See, I was just gonna say. It's funny you brought that. I was just gonna say I'm not the biggest fan of when an artist does a whole album covers. I really am not. I'd rather have the new material than the covers. But
I agree. But in terms of a covers, I mean, like everyone seems to have to do at least one covers album in their career, and
I guess
the new Chrissie Hynde album, where she's having guests on the album, Julian Lennon, for example. It's a bit. It takes for me a bit getting used to because I'd rather hear their original material. But Kisses on the Bottom is a good example where initially I wasn't over the moon, but now I love that album. I listen to it a lot.
Yeah, I mean, his Back on the Chain Gang is not bad.
I like it.
Yeah, there's a few other good tracks on there. Byers says, have a great Wednesday, everyone. Catch you next time. Always a pleasure. Yes, take care.
Nice seeing you.
Did I say this? I really like the backing track. Okay, wait a minute. I really like the backing track on the new Ringo single, but I find the song itself a bit weak. Okay. Tim L said Cage.
That's a good one. Yes, that's a good yes.
We got Paul's here. Evening from the UK. Where do you think Ringo will go after Long Long Road? Do you think he'll do another non-country full album? Well, it's hard to say, really. If he's going to continue to have success, we might have another instance where we might have another situation like Rod Stewart, where he did 20 of those Great American Songbook albums in a row.
I think, judging for what Ringo's been saying about T-Bone Burnett, I think he's found his collaborator. And if I can say this, and I hope people take it in the spirit, I don't know that the albums are country per se. I think they're
Americana.
They're more Americana. They're more. I mean, there's a country feel, but they're not like Buku Blues, which is so country, which I love. I love all those albums. But I'm just saying, I wouldn't be surprised. I think he likes working with T-Bone. I think he feels comfortable in Nashville. I think he feels accepted and respected. So I think, and I think it's great genre for him. I mean,
oh, absolutely. I mean, every time he does like a country-ish or Americana album or a song on an album from the past, I mean, I think we can all agree that it's one of the better tracks on the album.
Yeah.
So yeah. Paulina says there are still songs from Cold Cuts that haven't yet seen the light of day. Cage, Robert Paul, Boyle Crisis, Give Me a Corduroy. Did we meet somewhere before?
Now, did we meet somewhere before? That's a good shot because that song has never come out, and it's even hard to find on a bootleg its entirety. And I love that song. I think it's one of his strongest songs, and it just kind of is in the Ramones B movie. But Man, I would love that. Yes.
Rock and roll high school. Astro Jared says, as Joe's Mayo said, no peace sign on the last two Ringo album covers. Yes. Mike is here. How you doing, Mike? I like the new Ringo song, but I don't like the production. Everything is too precise, and it's just too perfect, as if machines did the recording. It's too bad that's the way things are done today. I don't know. What do you think?
I think was that Bruce Sugar and people. I mean, when T-Bone Burnett has a definite style of production, and yeah, you're right. I mean, it is pretty note perfect, but then again, I think that players in Nashville are pretty darn perfect. I mean, they're the amount they record.
The sessions players in Nashville. Yeah, exactly.
They're amazing.
One take Jakes. They're just they know the material, record it, boom, done. Micah also says it's hard to put in the words with limited words in a thread, but there's just no warmth to it, and it's not excuse me, just with Ringo. It's just the one thing I don't like about it. Oh, okay. Well, that's your ears,
that's the beauty of music, right? Is it's totally subjective, and you might hear something and go, these are cool, and I listen to it and go, the one of the funniest things ever was that I used to love a band, still do, called Suicide, and no one liked them. They were just one of those bands that people just wanted to hate, and you liked them. Badgley, how can you find? Well, I liked it. I could hear things in the songs, right? Still can maybe, but it's just. And Ringo, I think we have to get used to what. I don't know, but enjoy.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm still, even though I'm not the biggest fan of the opening single, I'm still going to get the album, and I'm hoping for the best. I mean, it did, after a few listens, I really did enjoy the album. Although I don't think they should say it's country, because it's not the country I want it to be. Look up. But that's it. Whatever. I'm hoping I still enjoy the album. Bear says Paul should take notes from Springsteen and Prince, who put out deluxe box sets with unreleased material, or better yet, unreleased albums that had been in the vault. Well, Paul doesn't really have, besides the what's the one I'm thinking of, from '87 that he did with Phil Ramone. Back to, or what was it called?
Back to Pepperland?
Yeah, Back to Pepperland. Besides that album, he really doesn't have, there's really not an album of, especially like Neil Young was prolific for having an album come out, and then a day before release day, he stopped it from coming out for whatever reason.
He's Neil Young.
yeah. But Paul really, I would love to see if he has an album of, that's done, that was dropped, besides like the Cold Cuts project or Return to Pepperland.
I think like Springsteen's box set that just came out before Christmas is absolutely brilliant. I think the other person you can look at is Bob Dylan, his archive album collections have been stellar. You cannot find fault with any of the Bob Dylan unreleased album box sets. Right. But the one thing that Springsteen does that and a couple of other musicians, Mark Knopfler, for example, I would love it if they would just really, McCartney on his website, like Springsteen does, has every concert of all time. Right. I mean, if you want to go, I downloaded, I bought the Toronto show that I saw. So it's nice to have as a souvenir. Now, will it cause a divorce? Absolutely, because I'm going to have to buy them all. But, But I agree with you, because there's a lot of stuff there that is fair, and I think McCartney doesn't want to do that kind of, I don't know, quality control or something. But there's a ton of stuff there, and you're right, Tom. There's not an album per se, but there's definitely an album's worth of
unreleased material for sure. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, we're going to start wrapping this up now. So get in your final comments or questions.
I agree.
Thank you very much. Everything has been, you guys have been fantastic today, as always.
Thanks.
Paula says, I'm very glad Ringo abandoned the EP format and went back to full albums. Better value for the money. Yes, absolutely. Random question for you guys. What are your thoughts of Macca's version of Bring It to Jerome that he did in soundtrack for years? I know some find it repetitive and enjoying or annoying, and others love it. I have yet to hear him do that cover. I don't know if you've heard him do that before.
I've heard it on a bootleg. I've got a bootleg of sound checks. Is it annoying? Yeah, it wears thin after a while.
Yeah. Yeah. Gabby's here. Hello, Gabby.
How you doing?
It's good to see you, my friend. Yes. She says, hello, Aaron and Tom. A copy of Got to Pay Your Dues just arrived today. I'm super excited to read it. I was waiting to buy it directly from Aaron at the fest, but we won't have that this year. Yes.
Well, you know what, Gabby, if you want, and this goes to anyone, actually, if you just message me, I'd be more than happy to send a book plate and autograph it for you. Or you can wait till I see you next year. But thank you very, 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 very much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Let's see here. David or Christian says the Springsteen Tracks 2 box set from last year was brilliant.
I agree. I'm with you, Chris. Yeah.
Yeah. Duke says, how about he hires a legacy team to do justice to his early albums? Yes, there's a few of us here in the podcasting world that would take that job. Absolutely.
I'll abandon everything here. I'll go.
Yeah. Yep. Let's see here. Jared says, always great to have you guys together. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I did also today, before we started, I just got a nice hardcover
nice.
of Cujo. Big Stephen King fan.
Is that the original cover?
I gotta check that out and see if it's a first.
It looks like the original cover.
Yeah. All reserve. It doesn't say anything about a second printing or anything like that. So this is a Viking press, which was his.
That's nice. I love. Well, I'm a Stephen King fanatic. So
yeah. So let's see here. Gabby says, glad to see Jeremy caught today's stream. Yes, that's always great to have Jer in the audience. Walls Jasper says, good afternoon, gentlemen. Good to see you. And Gabrielle is such a knowledgeable fan. Hope for the next generation. Absolutely.
100%. Well said.
Hope for the future, as the song goes, right?
I know that song.
Yeah. I'll let you know, Aaron. I'm hoping we will see each other sometime this year. Yeah, we're talking about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame exhibit, and when we're gonna make that happen. So
that'd be fun if we all could get together at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and then we can all provide distractions, steal things. I'm kidding.
Supposed to be the exhibit is supposed to be all the way on the top floor, so.
That's where they usually are, the short-term exhibits. So I love the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I mean, yes, there's problems with it. Yes, Wings should be in it. Wings should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Don't do that. It's true. Wings should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Full stop. No argument. Don't want to hear it. It's just the way it is.
Okay. Hey, listen. Everybody can be wrong,
Hey, a broken clock is right twice a day.
Exactly. Well, Aaron, my friend, this has been fantastic. Thanks for popping on again, my friend. I know it's been a while, but
thanks for having me on. I missed doing this, so anytime, invite me, please.
And and hopefully we can, do more in the future as we try to figure out, scheduling and whatnot. I know we're all busy with work and life and all that other stuff, so but
I'm here and I'm getting less busy, so let me know. I'm always around. Now I'm gone for 1 week to go to Manchester and London to visit my wife's family, but while we're there we're seeing Tori Amos in Manchester.
Oh wow.
We're going to the Bronte Parsonage, and then we're seeing a concert in London of Peter Hook, Mark Oman, and The Damned. So But other than that, I'm not going anywhere. I'm here.
Excellent. All right, my friend.
Nice
Everybody
seeing
out
you.
there. Yep, everybody out there. Thank you again. Andy and I, unfortunately, our schedules haven't met, so we're still looking to record our latest episode here real soon, and hopefully we'll have that to you as soon as possible. So again, everybody out there, great seeing you. We'll see you next week.
Thanks for all the nice comments, guys.